In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Victorinox Fibrox to the Wusthof Ikon and their filleting knives, meant to be used with fish. They both have flexible blades so that you can press down behind the head and separate it from the skin and separate the flesh from the bones. Let me show you how this flexes as well. I will say the Ikon flexes much nicer, and it's a much more sort of, I want to say, consistent flex all the way through the blade, while the Victorinox requires almost twice the pressure to flex, and you can see that it's not as consistent as you flex it. Either way, they are both sharpened to relatively similar angles, a very sharp 15 degrees for the Fibrox and an even sharper 14 degrees for the Wusthof. And the main differences come in terms of how the knives are manufactured and how that affects the blade. Both of these are, again, European-style knives, but this is forged and handmade, while this is stamped and machine-made. So this blade is going to be a little bit more resilient. At the same time, since this is forged, it has a very thick bolster, a very thick tang, and as the Ikon, it also has this extra mass at the bottom. So when you hold it in your hand, it almost falls into your hand and feels like an extension of your arm. The handle is very uniquely shaped too, and I feel like no matter how you hold it, it ends up feeling like part of your hand as well, so it is a very ergonomic knife. The handle of the Fibrox is a little bit more sort of, I want to say, simple, but it's still quite ergonomic, not as ergonomic as the Ikon obviously, and it's a much lighter knife. The actual Fibrox finish though is very, very non-slip, which I think is very nice for a non-slip handle, which I think is very nice for a knife that's meant to be used with fish, which will normally get wet and slimy and things like that. At the end of the day, it really comes down to personal preference. I will say, however, that both of these knives are phenomenal and they're going to perform relatively similarly. It's just that this knife is almost a sixth of the price, I want to say, while this is not. So this is a great choice for someone who wants to have a phenomenal knife but just doesn't want to spend too much money. I'll put a link down to both below. If you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you very, very soon.